Ladies and gentlemen, it is I, Tetcher. I'm still a little bit ill over the holidays, and once again, a quick reminder in advance that I'm not going to be doing stuff on New Year's Day or the day after in terms of when you guys are seeing videos. So now that that is out the way, the admin and the filler is out the way, welcome to my viewer casts. These are games that you guys, the viewers, send me via the email replays@tetcher.co.uk, and then I cast them. I have very little interaction with the emails themselves. So once again, if I don't cast your email, I'm sorry, but I can't really cast emails from previous patches because they break. So just keep sending in replays, and hopefully I'll get to them. I always try to cast people I haven't cast before, but if your email catches my eye, even if I've cast you before, I will do it. But I always try to get as much spread as possible because I think everyone deserves a chance. That's why I made this show to begin with, so people could get their games commentated when they don't usually do. So, without any further ado, allow me to introduce you to this game. This is going to be a Hero League game, a placement match, which apparently, he didn't tell me what his current rank is, but his rank in Season 2 was Diamond 5. So this is an average Diamond, I believe we push ranks back a bit nowadays, so I believe this is a Diamond 5, maybe Plat 1 game, or maybe he's got better, maybe this is going to be a Diamond 4 game around my current rank. So, let us get this underway. So, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce you to the Haunted Mines. First time I have cast this in this show. Allow me to introduce you to the players. So, spawning on the left-hand side today. Let's play, because I don't introduce like that with the board. I introduce like this. So, ladies and gentlemen, spawning on the left-hand side in the blue trunks, it is going to be the Zool, who's being played by Silencer V. Where is my game sound? Hello? I'm not hearing game sound for some reason. Hello? Game, please? Everything's fine. I'm sure it's fine. It will come back eventually. I guess it's because I paused. So, it is Silencer V playing the Zool. It is going to be ETC, there we go, being played by Rika. We have the Samuro being played by Ejmi. We have the Rainer being played by New Code. And we have the Rhaegar being played by Leo Orr. And on the right-hand side, it's the red team. And we have the Illidan being played by Pleblife. What an appropriate name. We have the Sylvanas, who's being played by Ataud. The Lily, who's being played by HJ Rocks. Not gonna say anything about that. We have the Varian, who's being played by Stormos. And our hero for today, the person who sent us this replay, it's gonna be Kael'thas, who's being played by Fireteeth. I also forgot to mention, this is on the American server, so we'll be keeping an eye on Fireteeth especially, but also, we have to take into account this is the American server, so therefore the game's going to be worse. Oh no! Oh no, I said that! Oh dear. The shots have been fired, and Lily has saved the life of Sylvanas. Already a fantastic start, not dying to the gank, and they weren't able to get the tower, but they did do a lot of damage, did our heroes. This ETC, super aggressive, but this time he's getting punished for it, took a huge amount of damage from the Sylvanas, who was able to reposition herself and get a lot of poke. And also, he's managed to assist the red team here in stacking very effectively. We already have a good amount of convection stacks and some good high Lion's Maul stacks for that Lion's Fang talent for the Varian here. Whereas in the top lane, it is the melee duel. When Zool came out, everyone thought that he would do really well against Illidan. As you can see, doesn't really work that way unless Illidan is not directly attacking Zool. Varian taking some good harassment, but he was able to parry out the Rhaegar Feral Lunge there. So as such, able to do some decent work. They were able to kill a mirror image, which will also die here. ETC, aggressive, but he's on his own. His team's not there. Excuse me. And Rainer pays the price for it. He pushed forward to try and protect ETC and ends up going down to a Flame Strike himself, which of course gives even more stacks to Fireteeth with that convection. And Sylvanas just getting, oh my god, Kael'thas with the convection again. But that started with Sylvanas getting, once again, an insane Shadow Dagger there. Already able to just catch some people, and she's using the mirror images to bounce it off and get even more value out of it. Now Sylvanas doing some good work onto that fort, disabling it as best she can, but now it is reactive. Barrier took a little bit of harassment, but the minion was able to prevent the keep from attacking onto him, and they're able to pull back and head underground, which Illidan has already started doing Illidan things. Zool looks like he's going to come down and join him here. but he's going to go a different direction because he can already see that Illidan started this, as you can see which skulls are still available on the minimap. Blue team has made their way underground, and they're going very aggressively onto the red team here. Varian in full retreat. Lily is being left alone. She gets knocked backwards. She doesn't make it above ground, but Varian and Kael'thas both do. I don't know why they're still so far forward. Blue team could just come through that door, and they could probably kill Varian here, but Varian has gone for the shield wall here instead of the stun. That is weird. Even if you are going for 100% tank builds, the stun can give you a lot more value. Varian coming down, getting himself some stacks, and immediately walking into some way too many people and deciding to back out and not die, which is probably a quite wise move. Sylvanas also took a lot of damage. He's going to run down to the bot lane and begin to push the lane up again, whereas Varian going to start on these sappers. They already have 39, but they're not going to get the rest. Blue team in full control of this of the mines here, just going to wreck this boss and get themselves that larger golem there. That's going to be a 61 skull golem for them. Sylvanas and Lily helping out Varian. They're going to be able to kill this off quite quickly, and that's going to give them 2 sets of sappers, assuming that Illidan doesn't get interrupted. He has immolation, so he's over here. He has immolation. No, yeah, immolation, so he's going to be able to get some more damage onto these guys if he was positioning himself correctly, which he wasn't because he wanted to get the sweeping strike stuff a little bit extra. But they're going to kill that. So once again, double sappers here. But in the meantime, while they've been doing that, Zul has pushed this hard, and he has got some huge value here. Now, Illidan gonna get rooted. That's gonna give Zul a time to escape, but he's been slowed by the Varian here. But with Rhaegar to help him, Zul will get out easily here. And now with the boss, it's going to be red team just going aggressively onto that. With the lowering of Zul's health, they now have a lot more freedom to kill this, and these sappers will help a little. They do have a ranged siege attack, which will poke down the boss and will assist them in clearing out the minion wave, which we can see Sylvanas is also doing. Red team's boss is getting absolutely smashed by Samuro here, but it will go down eventually. So we'll keep an eye on that. This boss already made it to the fountain. There's no chance of a mule here from either team, so that's not going to help. But ATC, too aggressive, was trying to soak XP instead. Gave red team some XP instead. So Kael'thas went with mana tap here. A little bit strange. You usually see the extra range on the stun. But this is fine. It means he can stay a little bit more sustained if he has trouble with mana management. And he already has a fairly decent front line, what with Illidan and all. He seems to, it's a talent that can just be a comfort pick and work out quite nicely. We have the victory rush for the Varian here. It's pretty good, but once again, you're going to be spending a lot of time underground where you're not near not near minions, so you're not going to get as much worth out of it. Lily took Mass Vortex here, extra blinds, which is going to work onto Samuro pretty nicely here. And as such, that clone will go down, and that almost... Whoa! That was a double kill by Fireteeth there. I coughed through it, but Fireteeth just decimated them. Missing the stun, though. They're going up to Rika again. If they can get the slow from Varian. No, he's out of range. Illidan trying to save it, but instead gets stunned up and takes a tower hit. Bit of a late cleanse there coming in from Lily, but overall, they were able to just blow everyone up there. And Kael'thas is stacked fully on his convection at the 5-minute mark. Pretty good job there. He has burned flesh as well, which is what a huge chunk of that damage that came in was from. Illidan with that reflexive block, trying to block that Raider and Samuro and even the Zul damage here. It's all auto attacks here, so it makes a lot of sense. Which is why it's still a little bit weird that Shield Wall was taken. There's not a huge amount of abilities that Varian could be blocking here. And once again, like I said, he should have probably still taken... I still think Victory Rush is okay when he's pushing, but he's not going to get any value from it underground. So it will work as long as he pushes with his boss at some point. You can see trying to peel for Samuro here. Clones being dropped down, getting a lot of harassment. And those clones have been a big reason why Kael'thas is already stacked, because they're just extra things to hit. And it's why Varian is also doing a pretty good job. He's getting there. He's going to get stunned out, though. Needs to drop that shield wall. Going to block a lot of damage here. Good job getting some good value out of that. Once again, blocking a huge amount. In come the mirror images from the... Oh my god, Kael'thas with huge damage immediately chunking ETC back to his base. And we're going to see red team head underground there. But Varian, good protection from himself here. Once again, going to pop underground. If we have a look at him here, you can see that his victory rush... Oh, wait. Wait. Let's watch this one die. Victory rush counts on the skeletons. What? Next basic attack will heal him. When a nearby enemy minion dies, the cooldown is reduced by 15 seconds. Let's watch. Wow! That works on the skeletons! That is insane! I take everything back! I did not know that, so there you go. Varian with the perfect talent, doing something that I didn't know, because these aren't minions. These are monsters, surely. We're going to see a chase there, going after him. Oh, you've been juked, guys. Oh, he's back. He's back. I've lost him. He's dead. Oh, God. Well, Varian now has torn. A lot of blue team members here. They're chasing above ground, trying to get the Varian here, who's tanking his way through. He's holding the line with all his extra health. In comes ETC. He doesn't have his heroic yet. We're going to see mind control for the Sylvanas. It has its place here, might be one of them. If he can just interrupt some engages here, especially with that Bloodlust, stop that Bloodlust being activated, and it can do, because this is still technically a 2.5 second stun, which is pretty nice. We have Taunt, we have Jugs, we have the Phoenix, and we have Metamorphosis. Varian tanking through. Varian and Illidan, they're both gonna get moshed. A huge engage from blue team. There's the Poison Nova, and it is a massacre. Varian finally goes down, and now the boss is engaged on by blue team. Language, please, Illidan. All of the ults were used. And now we will see red team continuing to grab the mercenaries. Right now, they already have a fort of their own, and luckily, the enemy's boss will spawn in the bot lane, so they have a good chance to defend it here. Blue team, though, have come above ground. Lily in trouble, gets good blind, but Kael'thas with huge damage again. The jugs coming in from Lily, keeping everyone alive. Rhaegar was killed off somewhere, I'm not entirely sure where. Zul going after Sylvanas right now. In comes Lily, though. The blind, he does nothing. And Sylvanas clears that up. And red team, they're catching people who are walking off alone. If you walk off alone, you're gonna get caught out of position. And Sylvanas mind controls the Samuro. They're going in on him. There's the Flame Strike, and Samuro will bite the dust. Living Bomb will finish him off, and ETC will be in full retreat as well, not wanting to get himself caught out of position. We're seeing Varian and Illidan on this boss. Varian not going to do a huge amount. His attack speed is slow, and he didn't get any extra damage buff with the heroic he took, but this is fine. He is the tank of the team. This is acceptable. He's got a decent build here. I still personally think the stun's good, but Shield Wall, he's getting some good value out of it. He's probably getting good opportunities, like then. Very well timed. We're seeing the rest of the team pushing up with the boss in the top lane. It's the weaker boss, but only by 4. So, sorry, only by 6. We're going to see. No, sorry, it's by 10, because I can't count at all. Shut up, me! We're going to see Kael'thas looking for an opportunity to try and siege him, but he doesn't want to get himself caught out of position. He needs to stay by his team. He'll pull back with the rest of his team. The bottom boss was killed off very quickly as well, so right now, it is 2 forts to 0. This fort still somehow alive. Kael'thas in full retreat after dropping some harassment onto Rhaegar there. And there's so much wombo combo potential from the blue team here. They keep splitting and getting themselves caught out of position, whereas red team, when they split, they're actually catching things and actually doing stuff correctly. So they're going to position themselves by the sappers. Blue team grabbing that vision, getting themselves a good opportunity to try and move in and steal this. Illidan reveals himself, and that might show this is being taken, but no reaction. In time, ETC scouts it, backs up. Like we said, don't want to get caught out of position. Varian tanking through the mirror images there. He's still not fully stacked on Lion's Maw right now. Kael'thas pulling out of the mines. He was hiding in there, I believe, looking for an ambush, but didn't want to not be there when his team went for the fight. Varian, we're going to see that Q. You're nearly fully stacked there. You need 2 more, and you could have hit the mirror images quite a few times there. Come on, you can do it. Well, either way, we have Elusive Strike coming in here for Illidan. Varian going in. There's 1. He needs 1 more for the final stack. Here comes ETC. Where's the CC? There isn't any, but here comes the Juggle of 1000 Cups to try and save it. No, it's going to be an immediate double kill on Sylvanas and Kael'thas, both the damage dealers here. Illidan in full retreat, not going to be able to do anything. The blind from Lily is dropped, though. Gets a huge amount of value. Varian pushing forward, but he's going to get CC'd immediately. The Victory Rush gives him a good amount of protection, and he blocks the Poison Nova, at least a good chunk of it. He will finally go down, though. Illidan not able to protect him. Illidan gets stunned, though. Here comes Rhaegar, but no follow-up. ETC not committing to being the tanking forward through that. Instead, though, this fort will go down. No protection. The top fort has already died to the Siege Giants, and blue team immediately snowballing the game into their favor again. Kael'thas bringing out the backdraft here. He's already managed to get multiple people in basically every flame strike. This is to assist that. The reduced cooldown could have also worked here, but he's not actually been getting a huge amount of living bomb spread, so this is fine. He can at least try and get some CC onto the enemy players so that his team can lock them down even more. So we're going to see them all moving in via the top here, whereas Samuro sneaking the Merc Camp. Nothing Varian can do about it. He's going to spot it. He's already fully stacked, so he doesn't need to hit anyone. He's actually going to go in. He thought that was the real one, but it's not. They're going to be removed. And Varian needs to go join his team very quickly. Oh, Samuro! Get him! Get him! Get him! Get him! They almost missed him. There's the CC. They managed to catch the real one that time and do a huge amount of damage. The slow coming in from the backdraft, actually getting a lot of value here. Varian's come in from behind. He's found Zul, blocking a lot of damage. His attack speed is being slowed by the Zul's Samuro. It's pulling off one way, Zul in the other. ETC doing a good amount of dividing and conquering here. Everyone is so split. They should not be so split. They should be fighting as a group together. Now it's Varian and Lili versus no one else. And Inadan has positioned himself completely out of position. Boss will stun him and he will go down. Just out of... Oh, actually, he may live. Lili, go heal him. I'm dying. Excuse me. Inadan getting out of there. Inadan lives. Zul dies somehow. I'm not sure what happened there, but they got out of it. Flame Strike's coming in. There's the one-man mosh onto Lili, but there's no follow-up on it. There's the mind control onto Samuro. He will bite the dust. Now it's ETC completely separated on his own. They're just going to let him go and go straight. No, they're not. They're going all in on him. He's not getting out. They want to get him completely. Here comes Sylvanas. Come on. She has Windrunner. She could have just spammed out a couple more shots there. ETC mounted up. Sylvanas continuing to chase. There's a Shadow Dagger that demounts, but they're not going to get him. ETC does live here. Now it's going to be Inadan and the Varian here. They will tank through and take this boss. And that will be, I believe, the first Grave Golem of the game that Red Team will actually come out ahead with. Excuse me. But we are seeing Raider going to grab a couple more of the small camps here because there's quite a few left around. You can see Varian also going to sneak a couple of these. Here's Zul and Rhaegar. It's going to be a 3 versus 3 here. The healer and a melee and a ranged. No, but against a healer, a tank, and a melee. But here comes Samuro as well. The numbers advantage very much in favor of blue team right now. Lili completely on her own. She's on the run. And we're seeing Inadan. He's getting out of there. Metamorphosis. He's through the gate. And we're not going to see Samuro give chase. He does have the teleport, but he's not going to get it. Kael'thas getting the stun onto a hero here. He's cleansed out of the root by Lili. Good job by her. Kael'thas still in retreat. Gets a good flame strike onto the ETC, but he's been slowed by the face smell. And now he is in trouble. He's completely separated from his team. He's going to get a living bomb spread, though. And the flame strike, the damage is huge. And Kael'thas trying to turn it around, but he's so outnumbered. But that was a huge burst there. And that's going to delay Blue Team at least a little and give his team time to push bot hard. And this is before the Grave Golem even arrives. Sylvanas is like, yeah, F this, I'm out of here. Not going to get herself caught, and she's going to turn it around. She was trying to mind control him there, but the teleport did save it. The cooldown will go back to the 0. Not going to go on the short 10-second cooldown. Varian blocking the damage. Sylvanas piece it out. They've got the keep, but Inadan is having to deal with this golem up here. Needs to wipe that out as quick as possible so that his team will have more structures to defend. Lili getting herself rooted, but that's fine. She can still do damage from there. She's in range, and Varian arriving just in time to just dodge, getting stunned. Nicely done. Boss still going to get makes the core, but something to get through the shields. Sylvanas clearing this up very nicely, and Kael'thas is back to life. Excuse me. Everyone on red team now alive. Everyone on blue team now alive. We have Executioner and Giant Killer on that Raider. He wants to try and shred through that Varian as best he can. We see Hunger of the Wolf. Once again, more percentage damage. Considering there's only one tank on the enemy team, that's a bit weird. We have Harsh Winds for the Samuro here. Very much the sneaky burst build here. Trying to just catch people as best he can. Amplified damage for the Zul, very cheeky. And Samuro is going in. There's the spin, trying to catch Kael'thas here. But the cleanse was used. There's the jug. That will keep him alive here. Varian pulling through, trying to stay alive. The stun from Kael'thas does not hit, but the damage is good. The mind control is cancelled out here. Living bombs are spreading at least a little, but not enough right now. We're seeing Inadan getting chased down. There's the route onto Sylvanas, where she will get stuck, but it's not going to take anyone else out. It's just Varian being killed here. No one else. But it looks like, for some reason, Red Team aren't done. They want to try and chase this. There were a couple low members there, but it would have still been risky. And indeed, we are seeing KT has been doing some amazing play here. So very good job there, friend. Your build is also pretty correct. Like I said, I still prefer a little bit of cooldown, but you're getting some good slows, so it is working for you. But we are seeing, in that situation especially, the extra range missing from that CC is being a bit of an issue. But a very emotionally supportive team here which is pretty good. Oh, here they come again. ETC missing the stun this time, but the slow does land onto Lily, who's immediately going to pull back, gets to heal onto her teammate. She's going to try and run away from Samuro, whereas Inadan focusing onto the ETC, giving Lily a time to escape. Here comes Sylvana's going to try and catch it, but no, Samuro teleports away. Now it's Inadan getting focused down. Friend or foe gets himself out. Lily standing still. She should not be doing that. She bumps into the back, drops the Jugs. Jugs keeping her alive. ETC trying to separate out the team, and Samuro just tanking everything. Sorry, Varian tanking everything. There's the blind. Very nicely done by Lily, blocking so much damage. And we're seeing Inadan trying to get onto the backline so that he can really harass that Rhaegar and prevent him from healing his team as efficiently and getting that good percentage damage onto Varian. But in the meantime, he's chasing to Greedy as Varian has already gone beneath ground, and we're seeing Lily arriving just in time for the heals, healing up pleb life, and as such, it's going to be a 0 for 0, whereas Varian and Zul are going to be below ground starting on all these skellies. But red team are going to fire in and fill out. They're going to spread out in the mines and start grabbing these. But Zul giving his team at least a fighting chance. He's grabbing quite a few. He's got very low health though. But here comes Rhaegar, going to give him the heal. And we haven't seen a huge amount of good Bloodlusts here. Bloodlust is usually a game changer, but right now, it hasn't got a huge amount of value. We'll keep an eye on its cooldown and see when it's next used. See if they can get something out of this. Samuro gets the copy. Mind control once again cancelled. Where's that Bloodlust, Rhaegar? We need that right now. There's the spin. They're focusing onto Inadan here, trying to pick him off. He's completely separated from his team. There's the Bloodlust, but the huge stun from Kael'thas catches them all too. Dead immediately. The Bloodlust is countered, and Rhaegar goes down too. It's a 4 for 0. Can they get ETC as well? Inadan changes his mind. He's not going to chase it, and everyone files back, files out of the mines. They went back in and then out because the core is open. They have catapults. It's just ETC, and they're going to move straight for that core and take this game. Super well played by the red team here. Fireteeth, that was some pretty godlike play there. Like I said, your build worked for what it is. You had some issues with the build just due to what the build is, but with the talents you had, you played perfectly. No complaints here. Well played, and that is going to be it. What a game. That was some insane play. Fireteeth, thank you for that replay. Super good job. You played very nicely done. Like I said, build is the only thing I think you really could have changed there. Like, you did really, really well. Let's talk about some of the other players here. We have to back up, though, to get to the talent lists because we don't get an end screen. Pause and tab. Oh, wait, we can see it. Let's tab it anyway because nope, we can't do that, apparently. P. Tab. Okay, B again. Tab. Pause. There we go. Alright, so we can have a look at these. Reyna didn't even get stacked for Season Marksman, which is, once again, a talent I'm surprised he picked, because unless the zombies the skeletons count for Seasoned as well, which they should, because if they count for Victory Rush, I think this one may be a bug. I think the Victory Rush thing may be a bug. That would be weird if it was, because they're not minions, they're monsters. I don't know. I don't get that one, but I think that's a bug. I don't think it affects this. It shouldn't, anyway. But if I'm wrong, please let me know in the comments. Rhaegar, you went for a fire build. No complaints here. Hunger of the Wolf was a little bit weird. I think that was a bit strange. Could have gone for something else there, like the Earth Grasp. I actually think that might be here. But either way, still a little bit strange here. Reyna, very auto-attack focused. This is fine, but I think he could have gone a little bit more for a team if he'd gone for the extra CC, because Varian, yeah, he's going to absorb all your damage while he's in his parry, but he's not going to be able to absorb the CC. So if you took the double shots and the stuns, you could really just ruin Varian and Illidan as well, because Illidan had the evasion. Samuro, you did alright. You did alright considering that basically everything the enemy team built was to prevent you doing any damage. We had parry, we had evasion, and we had blinds. You were pretty effed from the start. But overall, he did alright. I think his build was absolutely reasonable. Mirage was a good choice. Actually picking a spell block talent, that was very wise. ETC with the block party, trying to protect that Illidan damage. Once again, he did well. Speed metal to try and follow up with the Bloodlust, and Face Melt to follow up with that. Overall, ETC, once again, solid talent. Solid talents. I think he did pretty well. Zul, I just don't, even against this kind of team, I just don't think Shade has value nowadays at all. The percentage damage could have been good. The slow, on the other hand, might have been good. I don't know. This talent was good here, but I think the extra cooldown is a big pain in the arse because of Kael'thas. You want that base cooldown. So probably probably the extra percentage damage, because you still hit Illidan with that. It's still damage. This is a fire build. Jaina's Harvest Vitality was completely fine. Giant's Curse, little bit air, but still fine. Once again, you can try and take down Varian with it. Whereas on this team, Illidan, decent build. Went well. Was pretty nicely built. Worked well. We have Sylvanas, who I don't understand with Mirage. It's fine, but you could have taken the reduced cooldown to increase your cold embrace, and then you could have got more vulnerables and more bursts and more blow-ups. So you didn't really do the correct time here. I guess it was just because it took the combo with this, so you could unstable poison more. But once again, you can still do that with Withering with a Barb Shot, which combos better with Windrunner. So a little bit weird there for me, but overall still a solid build. It was just a bit alternative. Lily, very nicely built here. She got healing, she got healing, she got cleanse, she got blind, she did what she needed to do. She had some really good shrink rates throughout the game. Kael'thas, I've talked about this a huge amount during the game, completely fine. And Varian, once again, completely fine. But if he's gonna pick Juggernaut, he should have picked the charge. He didn't really need the shield wall anyway. He was mostly being hit by auto attacks entirely, so he would have definitely benefited a lot more from the extra charge, the stun, and the reduced cooldown, as it would have comboed better with Juggernaut, and of course he would have just been able to chase down better and interrupt more stuff and harass more people. So there you all go. I hope you all enjoyed this cast. I definitely did. That was like watching old Kael'thas. That was beautifully savage. So thank you all very much for watching. If you would like to become like Fireteeth and have your replay cast by me, you can send it in to replays@tetcher.co.uk. I will criticize it. I will give you feedback. Like I said, I gave Kael'thas some feedback on this game. I will attempt to do my best, and of course, I will attempt to cast it to the best of my ability. So, everyone, thank you all very much for watching. I have been Tetcher, and I will see you all next time.